A tour of relevant laboratories or other facilities may be an optional or a required part of the site visit, depending on the grant type. Tours should be relevant to the proposal being discussed and showcase the facilities and capabilities the institution will provide to the project.
This is really something you have to assure you do the wow factor. So you start at one point, and that point can be your favorite spot, that point can be the spot that's the entranceway, it doesn't matter. But you have to build and you have to align it so that at the end of the day they see you have the equipment, you have the space, you've thought through the plan, you can do what you say you're going to do.
The facilities that we had that we were going to use were going to be unique to our program in that one facility was going to be off-site, off-campus, and the other facility was on campus. And it was important for the committee to kind of understand where the off-site portion was occurring, why it needed to occur there, and why the on-site had to occur in the on-site, and where the limitations were between those facilities. And one of our site committee members really struggled with why we were proposing this in our budget. And then as soon as they walked through the off-site facility, they could clearly understand why we were allocating budget the way we were. And I think it's important for any PI to make sure that if there are unique elements that aren't off the shelf, it's important to explain why they're important to your research program.
As in the rest of the visit, facility tours require pre-planning and thorough organization.
Is there going to be a visit to the facilities? Is there going to be lab tours? If there are, okay, let's go back over all the safety protocols. Let's go back over all the good operating protocols of what will be shown, what will be demonstrated, just ensuring that there's going to be absolutely no sort of big surprises by anybody inadvertently, that due to enthusiasm, somebody drags a committee into the lab without safety glasses on, but they just can't wait to show them the lab. No. Just work this out, what's going to happen, because you know the good practices are there. Don't sort of forget them at the time of a visit due to adrenaline or due to the excitement.
Take the time to have the researcher explain. If they ask, what does each piece of equipment do? Why would you buy that piece of equipment? How often do you use that piece of equipment? Why is that equipment in this room and not in that room? Why do you have this lab down the hall and your kitchen someplace else? So you have to be prepared for any type of question. I couldn't exactly say to you, you'll be guaranteed to be asked certain things. I can guarantee you they will ask you something that's unexpected.
Committee members may also wish to have casual or in-camera discussions with students as an additional way to assess the quality of the training environment.
So one of the key components of the site visit is showing the committee the place where we train the students to learn the skills that they will then use to apply into their industry context. So in the Food Innovation Research Studio, we're actually working with industry partners to develop new products that we want to take to market. And here in the culinary labs, the students get to practice and develop their skills.
They then later, as they're doing the lab tour or they're in the lab facility and the site visit committee member says to them, well, that's an interesting thing, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they'll quickly turn to that. And the students, when they're fully engaged and have been involved by being invited into those things, can immediately answer and answer very well in almost every case about what their role is and what they're excited about and where this is going to take them. And I've always found that having students engaged adds energy, brings energy to the site visit committee members themselves.